Hello, my name is Drew Porter, and today I will be talking about my advocacy plan. Um, and I have chosen the problem of zero hunger. So I'm just going to take a look into the global problem of hunger and how it affects global, national, and local communities, and some of the research I've done alongside of that. So to start, we'll take a look at some of our global issues. So food insecurity makes it difficult to find food. Global supply chain makes it difficult for food to be shipped to different areas. All these are political and man-made issues that are putting a lot of strain on the communities that need this food throughout the whole globe. Climate change has made the process of growing food more difficult because of the insecurity and unstableness of our ever-growing environment. Next up, we'll look at our national problems here. So food desert. So a food desert is any area where fresh produce or other healthy items are hard to find due to high prices or due to simply the lack of them in these areas. There are a lot of these places like this over America. You don't have to go too far to find one. High food waste is our next point, and it has taken the already small food supply and shrunk it. Because a lot of people are not aware of the food that they're wasting on a daily basis. Our rising food prices, that is just because of a lot of political issues similar to the last time with our, our distribution of food. A lot of our rising food prices are due to the distribution of food. And lastly, here in Bowling Green, where I am a native, we have a limited access to fresh produce. We have a lot of areas in Bowling Green, but we do not have a lot of farms close to Bowling Green that produce things that we can eat. We grow a lot of corn, a lot of soybeans, a lot of those things, but there's a little bit of a lack of other produce, such as apples, peppers, those kind of things around Bowling Green. We also have some infrastructure issues. Bowling Green is a very wide city, and so, in my opinion, it can be hard for people to find these food banks, find these areas, find these stores where they can receive discounts to purchase this food and then, of course, to consume the food later on. But Bowling Green's a very wide city, and so it can be difficult for somebody who's new to Bowling Green, maybe somebody who is a refugee coming over, to get to these places where this food is supplied. Also, I believe in the Bowling Green community. We have a community issue of, just of this. Our local food banks are doing an amazing job of getting this food out. However, we do not have many places where we can go to these food banks, and that's because of our community and how this is kind of put on the back burner of a lot of issues. So our next slide here is going to be talking about the surveys and statistics. Just a little bit of the research that I've conducted. I asked a lot of people who are my age, a lot of college age people, and so that's kind of the demographic here. So take a look at our responders here. So our first response is about food insecurity. So a third of my responders said that they did not know anybody that has faced food insecurity. However, a whopping 2/3 said that they knew somebody who has faced food insecurity. This was a little bit eye-opening to me as a person who was taking the responses because, I've known some people who have faced food insecurity. However, I did not know that this many people knew somebody, which kind of shows just how large the problem is in the area. Next up, we have food deserts, which is a term that I've learned while doing this project. However, I found a lot of other people don't know this, and this was a little bit scary because it's something that affects a lot of different areas and a lot of areas that people may move after college, right? And so a lot of people, they responded in a joking, funny way. They thought that I was playing a joke, asking what desserts were, and they thought I just misspelled that. However, a few people did know the actual definition of a food desert. As previously mentioned, a food desert, is an area where it's hard to get, healthy food for a reasonable price, and even just in general getting healthy food. Next up, we have the willingness to help. A lot of people are willing to help. I think the college demographic just shows just how many people are willing to donate their own food or to help distribute meals because, a lot of college students, this kind of skewed the data because a lot of college students are not very monetarily benefited. So our next section is about the brainstorm. So these are just a few ideas that I had to kind of help this food insecurity in Bowling Green through Western Kentucky University. So our first is a food ticket. So that is an event that is sponsored, and it's a great event, concerts, other events kind of like that. But we have food as our entry fee, and so the way to get in is maybe a canned food or other ways that you can donate. Our next idea is a department versus department. So we have the English department here, we have the business department there. We can have these departments go head to head and donate food for a prize, of course. Everyone loves a good competition, and so I think that'd be a fun way to encourage this food donation throughout campus. We also have a 5K fundraiser. Feeding Kentucky does one of these every year, and I think it's just a great opportunity for people to register, do their event, do their sport, and raise a lot of awareness for these benefits. Lastly, we have some student-led efforts. So these student-led efforts, students donating their own things, leaving out places and areas where they can donate. Also having a meal swipe donation process, because I know a lot of students have extra meal swipes that they'd be willing to give to other people, and a lot of other people who are not as fortunate as they are. Also, we have the food swap. So the food swap is basically a potluck. It's areas where students can bring a lot of food, and similar to the ticket events, the food ticket events earlier, we just have students come in, donate food, they can try other food, and everyone's just getting full and having a great time while we're at it. So this is a PSA that I made. I've attached the link below. It kind of just shows a little bit of the basics and statistics that I've found throughout this whole process about hunger and why it's an important issue. My heart behind this is just because everybody faces hunger, but not everybody is able to deal with it in the same way, has the resources to be able to take care of it. But this is something that every single human that has ever lived has faced. So thank you. So I just wanted to share a little bit about this. This is personal to me because I'm a big chef. I like to cook. And so I like to take this project on because I believe that food is a way that we can unite each other and to bring everybody together. And so I love the fact that we are able to use food to connect globally and just to connect with everybody. So thank you for your time today, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Also, here's my works cited source. So these are all of the images and resources that I used to make this presentation. So thank you. I hope you have a great rest of your day.